Hey, how's it going, world? Today we're going to talk about, today we're not going to do this week we're not doing a guitar video. I am working on a song, which I will probably be recording pretty soon, and it's a little more difficult than your average song. Let me see if you guys can see this. I'm working on a Frank Zappa song. Here it is. I got the book, so I got to read all these notes. And this is the song I'll be doing. But anyways, this will be for later. You will see that video coming up hopefully in a few months. I'll probably do some other simpler songs, but for this video, I don't want to take too much time. I am going to talk about my rig and the setup I use to get my tone. So first of all, as you can see here, is I use the Boss GT100, and I'm hooked up through a 4-cable method. You see 3 here and 1 to the guitar. And for the amp, I'm using a Mesa Boogie Mark 35 watt. As you can see here, it has a let me see if you guys can see that, but it has, oops, the lighting is not good in my studio here. So I have a 10 watt, 25 watt, and a 35 watt 2-channel. One clean, one dirty. Well, the top clean one could be dirty too. It has 3 settings for each channel. So it has a ultra clean, a crunch, and or fat, and a crunch. You can't see that. And then for the dirty channel, it's a Mark 2C, and then it has the Mark 5, and then it has an extreme distortion. So that will get your extreme rock and roll-ish. I got some cool glasses here that light up. Has nothing to do with music, but it's for the ambience of performance. And I don't wear that, but it's pretty cool. Anyways, and then I have a mixing board here, and I just hook up with 2 monitors, the BX5 A's, the M Audio monitors. Are simple monitors. You get them for like $300, and with this Alto 6-channel here, you can make it a 8-channel, and a laptop. So how do I do it? So what I do is, when I make my videos, I basically have a software in my laptop, and I record going in from. Normally I put a mic here. Here goes a mic. I have a microphone. I can mic the amp, go into the mixer, go into the software. Or I could just get a backing track, download it from the internet, and then just kind of record it through the microphones, as you can hear. Other than that, I have hopefully this video is not boring you guys, but let's get into the tone. So let me go ahead and turn on the amp. I'm not going to do anything, just so you can kind of see the lights here. So here it is. So in my GT100, I have it set up as a footboard, not as a bank. You could set it up as banks. Like if you want to set up as a bank, then that will be your bank 1, bank 2, bank 3, bank 4. And group 1, and then you could change your groups. So right now I'm in user group 1, bank 4. That's called live sound. That will be bank 4. I could go to bank 3, bank 2, bank 1. Now that'll be completely different sounds if you have different banks. So that means you have multiple just think of it as multiple pedal boards on your floor, and you could do it the bank way, which that is good if you are a universal, like I said, if you're rocking out and you want like a heavy metal sound, you want a country sound, you want a blues sound, and you want a fusion sound, all on stage with 4 tap of the buttons, which it's good. But me, I like to it's a little too complicated for me. Not complicated, but just too much for me to handle, especially live. So I go as a bank sound, a footboard sound. So look at this as pedals now. Now these are not banks, these are pedals. So think of this as a pedal board. So right here will be my compression. I don't know if you can see that, but these top two are my FX1, FX2. You see how it says 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if I turn it on, see how the light on top goes on. So that's my compression. This pedal is a overdrive pedal. This pedal is a delay. And then I got a chorus. This last pedal here, this red one, this is the loop. So if you're doing, you only kind of use that if you're doing kind of like demonstrations, or if you need a metronome, you can make your own metronome out of there. And then this right here, it's an acceleration pedal. So that means like I put a whammy on there, but they have different effects that you can put on here. So I use it as a whammy. This is volume, and if you push down, the light goes on. It's a wall. You could adjust it. And these two pedals on top are effects pedals. Now, I'm sorry if this video goes a little long, but to get the best out of it, we're gonna go ahead and go deeper inside how to get the tones. So, for example, the reason why I use 4 cables is because I like to use the distortion on my Mesa Boogie. Mesa Boogie has some of the best tone distortion that you can use. So let's go into, so we're right here in the let me show you real quick. So we are in the pedalboard mode. I call this pedalboard mode. So just imagine like a bunch of pedals, and this is going to be your pedalboard. So if you hit the effect button here, this is your pedalboard layout, and this will be each individual pedals, how should I say, effect knobs. So let's go into the pedalboard. So the first thing you see I have in the chain is the volume pedal. So think of it as all these pedals just laid out on the floor. So the volume, before you go into the amp. So the volume pedal, and then I got the whammy pedal here, and then it goes to in compression, and then this is my my wall pedal. Now I can move it around. I should move that around by hitting this move right there. So I'm gonna put the volume, everything above the compression. I think that meant, okay, the compression, overdrive, and that is it. That's all I have on the floor right here before the amp. I use this overdrive before the amp. It's kind of like a little crunch sound. It's pretty good, but it's before the amp. And then it goes into the S/R, that's send and return. So that means it's going in through the loop, and everything else is everything behind this is going to be through the loop. So the first thing you see here is a dual channel. So it has a divider, and it goes into 2. I don't know if you can see that, but it has preamp A, preamp B. So it goes into 2 preamps. If you want to see those, the preamps I use is one of them is full range, and preamp A is natural clean. That just gives it a nice tone through the preamp. You could turn those off. And then equalizer, I have it off because I use the equalizer on the Mesa, which has a great equalizer. FX1, it's through the loop. I put FX2 through the loop. The chorus through the loop. The delay through the loop. Reverb is off. I use the reverb on the amp. Master settings, that's good. And the USB settings, don't worry about that. That is it. So now, let me exit that. So now when I hit this distortion pedal, it's coming out of the amp. It has a great tone. And if I hit this overdrive, it gives it a different tone. And then I kind of tweak it out. But that's how you get that that good studio fusion type of tone. Well, that's the way I do it. And you know, so I used it as I used this processor, which is great, and it emulates the floor pedals, and you know, saves you time. And what's cool about this guy is it has pretty much every single Boss pedal ever built, and it has all the chips in there. And if you really want to get even more deeper into this GT100, you could go ahead and Google it on YouTube, but you could hook it up to the internet. And this is, what you do is you connect it to the USB, and you go to your Tone Central. It has a application that you could download on your laptop, and you could control all this on your laptop, and you could download preset tones from various artists, guitar artists, and you could download patches and updates with new pedals. And like, I just got an update here. We are on version 2, and it added about 4 pedals, like 4 different, I think 4 or something like that. But anyways, so that's my little rig here, and hope you guys enjoy. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start playing guitar now. Tired of yapping. Take care. Later. Oh, if you like this channel or subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to give me thumbs up. Leave some comments if you want me to show you guys anything or whatever. Okay, later.